Ball League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Chargers. And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Southern California and the gorgeous SoFi Stadium in the Los Angeles suburb of Inglewood. So good to have you on board with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here. Greg, you look at the marquee, and it's a lot of offensive stars here. I'm looking at the other side. Defenses better show up here if you want to walk out with a win.
Yeah, I think the burden, of course, lies on the players, particularly the players in the secondaries of both of these teams. They're going to have moments where they've got to win one-on-one, as you said, against some of the top offensive skill players in the league. But I also feel like there's a lot on the shoulders of this defensive coordinator. Can you change up coverages, change up looks, make it difficult pre- and post-snap, not only on these wide receivers and skill players, but also on the guy with the ball in his hand, calling the shots, playing quarterback.
Cameron Dicker has the ball teed up as we get underway. And off we go from SoFi. A good return as he takes it across the 30. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. And their quarterback is the all-time leading passer for the Raiders, Derek Carr, the veteran.
Ever since Derek Carr came into the league, Mike, he's been historically a very passionate and productive NFL quarterback. He has the arm that can make every throw, but sometimes it's that arm that gets him into trouble. So he's got to find a little balance, a happy medium between aggressiveness and recklessness, because when he's playing well, they have as good a shot to win games as anybody.
And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Second down and 8. First carry now for Alvin Kamara. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Denzel Perryman in on the stop. Here now, 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and they're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And this is gonna be a beauty. Touchdown at the 2-yard line. So here come the Chargers, the offense getting set to come out, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick of the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
The coaches spend all week, Mike, drafting up their opening script. These are the plays that they feel the best with to not only attack the defense early, but try to get an idea of what sort of matchups they're going to see throughout the course of the game. Now, all of that is thrown out the window. None of the plays take into account snapping it this close to your own goal line. They've got to try to get themselves some breathing room, pick up a first down or two. That will allow them to get back on track, executing the rest of that opening script.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's Herbert. And that'll be batted down and incomplete. Ladd McConkey, the one he was looking for. And it's going to be 3rd down.
I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air, but they've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least one first down, or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot.
That pass play good for 22, and the Chargers have the first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Dobbins. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Willie Gay with the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Willie Gay with the stop. Third and 9. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. He's got the open man. That's McConkey. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. A first carry for Gus Edwards. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing. Let's go.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Herbert. He connects with Disley. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. What will the second quarter have in store? And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. On 4th down, out is J.K. Scott to punt for the Chargers. Cedric Wilson back to receive. Trying for the old-school coffin corner. That's pretty close out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 5-yard line. Well done. The Saints offense ready now for their second drive. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to 3rd down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short gain.
In motion is Hill. That's deep for Olave. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. The crowd does not agree with that call. Boos ring out. Doesn't matter. Not going to change it. It's a first down. Carr working out of the gun. That's caught by Hill. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling, the one he was looking for, and it'll lead to a second down.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense, and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
Over the middle, that's the tight end, Johnson. And the Saints are going to be looking at a first and goal. They move it down to the 4.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. First down and goal. In motion is Hill. They'll run here with Kamara. And he's going to go backwards on that one. They take him down back at the 6-yard line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Second down, Carr. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
This the 8th play of this drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Throwing is Carr. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Taysom Hill. Touchdown, New Orleans. Blake Groupie comes on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Saints will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line, and that's where the offense will take over. The Chargers offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Here's 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Quentin Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one. And now it's 4th down.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
The Saints offense ready to see what they can do. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. Back is Carr. His pass taken in by Shaheed. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Carr now on 2nd down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. In motion is Hill. On 3rd down, here's a run by Kamara. A pickup there of 13. First down, New Orleans.
You can see the trust they have in this running back and the offensive line. You're facing a 3-and-out. You're trying to extend this drive, turn around, hand it to the guy behind you, and let him do the rest.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Saints going to use their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st down, Carr. Shaheed with the catch. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now, Carr. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating, let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look, and indeed, this call will be overturned. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. Just the lone touchdown in that first half of action. 7-0 is our score. As we'll send you over to Orlando, our EA Sports halftime report with the coach. Jonathan, all yours.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports halftime report. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. They're likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the third quarter begins. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have two or three that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
Now it's Dobbins, and the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
Looking middle, and he'll get it complete to McConkey.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a first down.
Well, a little unconventional play call here. You don't traditionally see the screen game used on third down at these shorter down and distances. But in this case, they catch the defense off guard, they timed it up well, and the back is able to convert and pick up the first down.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now a handoff. Oh, a wrinkle. Here comes a reverse. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face second down and 7. They'll give it to Dobbins. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down. Here's a third down and 4. To throw is Herbert. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And he missed it. It's no good. And they are not able to draw closer.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Saints offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Carr. To the outside, complete to Johnson. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Carr now to throw on 1st down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Deion Henley.
You know, Mike, I like the mindset of this offensive coordinator. He's saying, listen, I'm not looking to preserve this lead. I'm looking to extend my lead. Now, that aggressive play calling in this case led to the turnover. Now your defense has to take the field. Can they bail you out and keep this lead unchanged prior to their next possession?
The Chargers offense ready to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Herbert now on 1st down. This throw taken in by Hurst.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Throwing now is Herbert. There is his tight end, Disley. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the 1st down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
A run with Dobbins. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
Right back to him on 1st down. And a short pickup here, brought down just shy of midfield. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll stick with him again, finding space inside the 40. And they are not gonna catch him. He's in. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown, Chargers. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And that back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Dicker, good with the extra point. And the Chargers will level things out at 7 apiece. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? Strong. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Saints offense ready to take over once more. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Valdez-Scantling on the move. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, 4th quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Kamara on the ground, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Now a 2nd down throw from Carr. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
You want to be a star in the NFL, Mike? These are the high-pressure moments that you can't shy away from. The greats, they embrace it. Tie ball game, 4th quarter. The game is on the line. Everyone in the stadium knows where that ball is going, and I can't blame them.
1st down throw for Carr. A toss left side caught by his running back. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
On 1st and 10, Carr. To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
You never know which play is going to be the one that sways the game in your favor, and that could be it right there. I mean, to set up 1st and goal with that last pass completion, now they can really take their time. There is an element of working some of this clock down. You know you at least have a field goal try, if not a touchdown. The last piece of the puzzle is just don't give the ball back to your opponent with too much time to go down and answer your score.
Now, 2nd and goal. The tight end Moreau is in motion. A run here with Kamara. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll try and run. Here's Kamara. And the defense rallies to the ball, brings him down at the 5. It's 4th down. So a pressure kick coming here for Blake Grupe. This to grab a late lead. This kick is good. They move out front and take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
Here's Ladd McConkey to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to take over possession of the football. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. That one complete to McConkey. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
They'll drop to throw. To the left side, catch made by McConkey. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. That's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Herbert. To the right side and hauled in by McConkey. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Alabama.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning, being able to get himself to a spot to get his hands on the ball and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Shaheed in motion. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Now a timeout Chargers here. That's their second. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. They'll go again here with Kamara. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Man, I've seen that play a couple of times. All right, go get him now. Let's go get him.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So this one, a win for the Saints. Points were at a premium in this one, but they're able to eke out the victory in this low-scoring affair. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.